What's up, man? How you doing today? I appreciate you tuning in to Cerebral Growth. This is my first YouTube video. I'm excited. I'm here for the long-term growth. But this channel was created, and cerebral is the outer layer of your brain. And that is the last part that's developed before you actually step into adulthood. So with this channel, I'm looking to aim towards the youth, and hopefully I can give you some guidance, long-term. That way you can apply these, basic principles to your life and obviously 10x that result that you're looking forward to as well. So today we're going to talk about the 8 grown man habits that little guys learn a little too late. What I mean by little guys is little boys, right? Obviously, in order for you to become a man, you have to be a little boy first. But as a little boy, if you're not learning what's required to become a man, once you become a man, you're not really a man. You're still a little boy. You still have the same mindset, and unfortunately, it isn't going to take you far in life. So we're going to talk about, again, the 8 great habits that little guys learn too late, right? So number 1 is learning how to say no. The reason why this is important is because if you're not setting boundaries to avoid overcommitting or being taken advantage of, the world is going to chew you up. And here's what I mean. If you don't learn how to say no, then someone else will make that decision for you. And then at that point, you are not living for yourself. You're living for somebody else. And if you're living for somebody else, they will use you as they please. And once they use you as they please, they're going to use you, they're going to chew you up, and they're going to spit you back out. And then you're going to wonder why you just did not say no. And I feel like the older we get, obviously, the more we learn that habit of just saying no and just being transparent. But if you don't learn how to say no, then again, someone else will make that decision for you. Then at that point, again, you're not living for yourself, you're living for somebody else. So learn how to say no. The second thing is going to be just mastering basic life skills. I live in an apartment by myself. I live here with my girl and my son. But mastering basic life skills like cooking, like cleaning, like doing laundry, like handling basic home maintenance. If you can't cook your own food, clean your own drawers, and clean your own bathroom, then you will never have a woman. That's number 1. And number 2, if you don't have basic self-care or basic self-hygiene, then you, again, will not go far in life. And unfortunately, if you're learning these habits too late, then obviously you're going to be stuck. And you're going to be wondering why, that man taking your girl from you. It's because you're a little boy and he's a man. To master basic life skills, learn how to cook. Look on YouTube, TikTok. Learn how to obviously clean. You should know how to clean. Clean up after yourself, man. Do your own laundry. Don't have mommy and daddy doing your laundry when you're 16, 17 years old. You're a grown-ass man. Clean your own damn clothes. That's the mindset that you should have, because again, in about 2 to 3 years, you're going to be stepping into that real world, whether you're going off to college, whether you're going off to military, or whether you're just stepping into the real world. And your mom and dad is not going to be there, and you're going to have to take care of all of that by yourself. It's better to learn now while you're still living in their house versus when you're not living in their house, because at that point, it's going to get real tough. The third thing is going to be building emotional intelligence. Understanding emotions, man. As a man, you gotta know how to control your emotions, because if not, what's gonna begin to happen is, as you see, we got all of these school shooters. If you don't know how to control your emotions, as you can see, we got people getting in prison for domestic violence. You got people crashing out over their women. And the reason why that's not okay is because as a man, you've got to learn how to control your emotions. If you don't know how to control your emotions, then your emotions will get the best of you. And you're going to end up in a predicament that you did not expect. And once you get up in that predicament, it's going to be a little too late. Learn how to control your emotions. If someone says something to you that, pisses you off, don't take offense to that. Understand this person is trying to trigger your emotions. He's trying to get you to react back to it. Just blow it off. At the end of the day, if this isn't going to matter 5 years from now, why am I stressing about it right now? And that's my mentality. I don't want to not have control of my emotions, because if you don't have control of your emotions, guess what? You will not learn how to make money properly. If you don't have control of your emotions, guess what? You probably will never run a business. If you don't have control of your emotions, guess what? You will not have a successful marriage. If you don't have control of your emotions, guess what? Your kids are not going to have control of their emotions. And this just repeats the cycle over and over and over again. And what we're trying to provide for our kids is a life that we did not have. So again, learn how to control your emotions, have emotional intelligence. That way, again, you're not worried about all those things that I just previously said. The next thing is going to be talking about maintaining a growth mindset. Understand, your world is bigger than the 5 people you speak to on a daily basis. I promise. Have a growth mindset. And this is going to be in business, in life, in physical health, in cooking, in, like for instance, me doing YouTube now. Make sure you have a growth mindset. Constantly want to learn, constantly want to grow. Because if you're not growing, then you're a depreciating asset to yourself. If you're not growing, then you're staying stagnant. And once you stay stagnant, you begin to get bored. And once you get bored, your income begins to shortly fall with it. So make sure if you're going to be doing anything, don't have a closed mind. Have an open mind. Have that growth mindset, because again, every skill that you learn is going to eventually help you out somewhere along your life. The next thing is going to be practicing gratitude. Regularly acknowledge and understand what you have. You know, I was speaking to one of my friends the other day, and he was like, you know, like, I'm really not happy about my situation. I got this, and this going on. And, you know, I had to remind him, I'm like, you know, it's okay if you're not happy with your situation, but understand you still need to have gratitude. There are people that are living under bridges right now, wishing and praying they could be in your situation. There are people that literally work in a dead-end job that don't have the opportunity to be able to evolve, or have the opportunity or have the mindset to be able to go and make more income because they're stuck. Have gratitude. Understand that your situation, yeah, you might not be happy with it, but someone else would pray and die to be in your situation. So have gratitude and understand everything comes from God. If you don't have gratitude, then you don't have anything. The next thing is going to be talking about develop conflict resolution skills. Handling disagreements calmly. The reason why this is important, going back to that point that I made on having emotional intelligence, is because if you don't have control over your emotions when you're in an argument or when you're in an encounter with someone that is trying to push your buttons, then they're going to overcome you. And then you're going to make a decision that you're most likely going to regret later on down the line. And you're most likely going to make a decision that could put you in prison either for 10, 15, or for the rest of your life off of one decision. Understand, if something's not going to matter 5 years from now, if you're not even going to think about it, then blow it off. And that's 99.9% of the time, always applicable in every situation. The next thing is going to be being accountable for your time. You know, I was speaking to my friend the other day, and I was like, why don't you get started with YouTube? And his response to me was, I don't have enough time. And I'm like, okay. Didn't we just play the game the other day? He's like, yeah, we did. Then I'm like, we have time. Right now, me and you having a conversation in person, you have time. Time is never the excuse, because there are people, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, that are multi-billionaires that have the same 24 hours in a day that we do. However, they are getting on 100 billion X on their return because they're actually spending their time wisely. You're going to invest the time into things that you want to do. If you want to start a YouTube channel like I'm doing right now, go ahead and start it. It's no excuse. If you want to go and work out, go work out. It's no excuse. You don't need a gym. You can work out by yourself at home. If you want to go to school, go to school. There's no excuse. If you want to go join the military, go join the military. There's no excuse. If you want to go make your own sneakers, go do that. No excuse. If you want to go start a business, go do that. No excuse. There are no excuses. Be accountable for your time. Avoid distractions. This is one of the reasons why, even growing into a man, someone will still be a little boy. Because you're not changing your mindset and realizing how rigged the world actually is. I don't have time. We have time to do anything that we want to do in this planet. So do it. The last thing is going to be talking about taking initiative. This means don't wait for permission and solve problems. Again, don't wait for permission and solve problems. If you have a problem in your life, I promise you there are a million ways you can solve it. Whether that's not making enough money, whether that's your health, whether that's relationships, whether that's family. There's always a way to overcome that, but you have to take initiative. The first step is taking the first step. And whatever that step is, you know what it is. A lot of times we procrastinate, we push things back, and we're going a year down the line, we still haven't started on what we said we're going to start on. And unfortunately, that puts us in a bad position. Take initiative on the things that you want to be able to accomplish. And again, these are the 8 things that I believe that little boys learn too late that grown men are already doing. And if you can input this into your life and apply this over the next 5, 10, 15, 20, for the rest of your life, I promise you, you're going to be in a completely different situation quickly. And what I mean by quickly, I mean in your lifetime. Have a good day.